Hey, this is Dave from Boho Family World, and I'm here now to update you a little bit about COVID-19 in the Seychelles. The kids have gone to sleep, and we are on day 12 of our lockdown. So I'm just going to talk to you a bit about how things are going here. We've also got a blog on our website, www.bohofamilyworld.com, which you can read, which is basically the same thing that I'm going to tell you about now. So, Seychelles lockdown started on the 8th of April when seen that there was a case where someone had not been initially found. We've only had 11 cases so far. But they acted pretty quickly, and they decided that they were going to impose some pretty heavy regulations in comparison to around the world. So some of the things that they've done here is that right now everyone's restricted from outdoor movement. That means you're not allowed to leave your property unless you are an essential employee or you're going to get essential food items from the shop. Or from the pharmacy. We're not allowed to exercise outside of our property, so we can't go to the beach, we can't go for a walk, we can't go for a run, etc. unless you just run around the garden. Most shops are closed, aside from food shops and pharmacies. Restaurants are supposed to be closed apart from deliveries, but some seem to be open for takeout. Banks are open. There's physical distancing requirements, although not everywhere seems to fully understand how that works. So you have some places advertising 1 meter, some places advertising 2 meters. You've got some shops that allow only a certain amount of people in, some shops just allow everybody in, some shops ask you to stand apart at the till, some shops don't bother. Some shops have people on the doors with sprays to spray your hands, other shops don't. So there's a big variety of difference in regards to what the people in the shops are doing. They advise us not to meet with people from different homes. I don't know if you can hear right now, but there's quite loud music playing across the road from us and quite a lot of people, which I don't think live in that house. Bus services have been reduced. Like I said, they did stop charging at first, but that's come back in now, so you still have to handle money and pay. But there's a reduced bus timetable, which actually, from going to the shops, seeing people at the bus stop, just looks like there's more people at the bus stop now, which isn't great, I guess, for social distancing. All construction work has been stopped, and construction workers aren't allowed to be in vehicles being moved around. But again, we've seen this a few times of vans with quite a few people in the backs, which are usually construction workers. As I said before, all schools are closed. And travel to the Seychelles is not possible. The airports are closed, and they've also stopped travel between the islands here. So we're in Mahe, we can't go to Prowlin or to the Deek if we wanted to. The airport is closed apart from emergency transport, and I think the UK, one of the countries, are looking at organising a flight for any UK citizens that are interested in getting back. And there is a restraint on being allowed to leave at all after 7 p.m. until 6 a.m. So you're not allowed out at all, I guess, unless it's an absolute emergency. And you can be fined 20,000 rupees if you're out, or be given up to 2 years in prison, which is quite harsh. So what does it look like in Seychelles as a lockdown? It is a small island. It's normally really busy, really bustly. There's loads and loads of traffic all the time, lots of traffic jams. That seems to have reduced a little bit. There's still people on the streets that you see walking around. There's still people taking the bus, but it's definitely less than you would normally see. The president said that people shouldn't be assembling and there shouldn't be more than 2 people together, but that seems to be continuing a little bit, and people do seem to be congregating on the beach or in sort of hidden away areas where they're still sort of hanging out and drinking a little bit. So not everyone is adhering to all the rules that they've asked us to, I guess. But there's definitely a lack of hustle and bustle that we normally see around. Nat was stopped by the police the other day putting garbage out, who advised her to go back to the house. And we were stopped again a few days earlier on our way to the shops, but we were going to the shop, so that was fine. And so far, apparently, there's been 200 arrests of people that have been breaking the rules, and one exciting car chase, apparently, where someone was out after 7 p.m. People, as you might have read on our website, there is a big drug addiction here, and lots of addicts. And a lot of these people with addictions, they are still being provided with methadone in different sites, and I think there's a big focus on that group to make sure that they are not contracting or spreading the virus. And in general, after visiting shops, people seem a little bit less friendly, a little bit less talkative, a bit more shut down maybe. People tend to observe social distancing a little bit, but not everybody. There's no people cleaning trolleys in the supermarkets. And like I said, some shops are hand sanitizing, some are not. Still loads of toilet paper in the shops, there's no shortage. We decided that we were going to try to start using banana leaves, which we'll talk about at some point, and that has been a success or a failure, because we have a few banana trees in our garden, so we've made some banana leaf toilet paper. And for groceries, there's still lots of shops open, because there's lots of small shops in the Seychelles, but they don't always have loads of groceries anyway and fresh produce, so we're learning even more to use whatever is available. Luckily, we've got a good garden for fruit. We've got 3 mango trees and a bunch of banana trees, so we've been able to get lots of fruits, but our vegetable garden is not so good, so we're relying on the local shops for vegetables. There is an organic farm that does deliveries, Jeff Roy's, which has been great, so they've been bringing us vegetables to the house. So we have had no issues with regards to food at the moment. Pharmacies are still running, but they are out of a lot of things like vitamin C and anything that you might need if you were trying to fight COVID against. Plus, we don't really want to go to the pharmacy because that's probably not a great place to be. I was in there once a week ago or so, and someone was coughing and asking for cough medicine, and no one really wears masks. You see people very, very rarely wearing any masks. And we did wear masks whenever we left, Natalie and I. The children don't leave the house. And actually, I think the lack of people wearing masks, and maybe the fact that the number of COVID cases hasn't risen, means that we're not really wearing our masks anymore, which is us being a bit slack. But it's probably because no one else does. So we have been, we shouldn't be following that, but we do. So overall, the president seems to have done a fairly good job. They got on things pretty quicker than most places, and it seems to be the case that we have very few COVID cases. Out of the 11, I believe 6 have recovered, so there's now only 5 people with it, and they are housing and quarantining, self-isolating people who may have come into contact with it. And so far, since the last case, I think it's been maybe 12 or 13 days, and there's been no more. However, this is not official news, but someone mentioned to me today that there have been 2 new cases and that they've been put into quarantine. They were waiting to see on that. So we'll see about that. Finally, in regards to hotels, tourism is shut down here. There's no flights coming in. All the hotels are basically shut now. And having spoke to a few of them, not many of them plan on opening before August. And so staff have been laid off or furloughed, and they are probably revamping, I guess. So that's everything at the Seychelles. It's the 21st of April today, I think. Just check, yeah, 21st of April. And that's where we are. We've got locked down until the 4th of May now, it seems. So stay safe. Hope everybody is doing good and you're reading our blog and watching our videos. Thanks.